Let's welcome House Intelligence Ranking Republican Devin Nunes of California. Great to have you back on, Congressman. Senator Lindsey Graham wants to call in Mueller for testify. What did you think of Roger Stone? Do you think Mueller's going to answer to that?
Well, I want to go back to the time where the Mueller team began to investigate both Roger Stone and somebody named Jerome Corsi. I said at the time that that was where the Mueller team had hit rock bottom. There was no evidence that Roger Stone and Jerome Corsi knew anything. Anybody who knows those guys, they're political gadflies. They've been around politics for many, many years, and there's nothing wrong with that. They just made the fatal mistake of getting involved in the Trump campaign, and then the FBI, working with the Clinton campaign, essentially became corrupt and then targeted these poor guys. So the Mueller team knew there was no evidence of collusion when it was stood up originally. And I just want to say something about the Mueller investigation and Mueller testifying before the Senate. Mueller should be subpoenaed. If I was chairman of the House Intelligence Committee, that subpoena would have went out a week ago. Mueller didn't know what the hell was going on, didn't even know his own report. And I will say that if he wrote that, I mean, he's a miraculous writer for someone who didn't even know what was in his report a year ago to write something like that and put it in the Washington Post within hours of the commutation of this sentence. It's quite amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, that's interesting. You know, the critics are saying, why didn't Robert Mueller and his team investigate this? It's a story we've been reporting. Now, a court in Great Britain, documents released from that court reveal that Hillary Clinton knew as early as July 2016 that her campaign, yes, did hire Christopher Steele to put together that now thoroughly discredited Trump-Russia opposition research that Hillary's campaign and Democrats bought to fight the 2016 election if she lost, but then the FBI used it to get FISA wiretaps to spy on the Trump team. So where does Mueller stand on that?
Well, look, I think that's the bigger question here is, you know, Roger Stone, I mean, he's going to fight this, and he may get off on whether or not he lied to Congress. So it was only a commutation. It wasn't a pardon. I want to say that there are so many people that lied, including the people that were on Mueller's own team, including the fact that you had the Lovebirds who started this investigation, who was on the Mueller team. Mueller never told us, refused to give us the text messages. That whole Mueller team should be investigated. I believe they are being investigated. If you look at what they've done with General Flynn, we have a U.S. attorney out of Missouri. That's what has led to the dismissal of the charges against Flynn. I know we have a corrupt judge in that case, and it looks like, you know, maybe we have something similar in this case where we had the jury foreman who clearly hated Trump. I mean, how do you have a jury foreman in charge? How would any American put yourself in those shoes? We have a two-tiered justice system in this country, and it's got to stop. I plead with these justices that are Democrats. You got to stop. You can't let your party go these socialist ways. You got to rein yourselves in. This is madness.
When do you expect the John Durham criminal probe to come out? Final question.
You know, it's a sprawling investigation that goes from 2015 all the way up until the Mueller team in all through 2018. So look, I want a thorough job done. My hope is that at least we can get the people that are clearly guilty here. That needs to happen before this election in November.
All right. Congressman Nunes, thanks for joining us.